You live most of your life caught in the noise of tomorrow and the echoes of yesterday. But the truth, if you pause long enough to truly feel it, is this. The present moment is all there ever is. It's where life happens untouched, unbroken, whole. What would it feel like to stop? Not just stop moving, but stop thinking, stop striving, stop running away from the silence. Have you ever wondered why you never truly feel okay, even when everything seems Kriska? Do you feel that gnawing ache under your skin, the pull of something incomplete, something unresolved? You tell yourself this tired story. I'll be okay when I finish this project. I'll find peace when I'm successful. I'll feel whole when I fix my broken relationships, when the guilt fades, when I'm finally free of regret. But each time you arrive, each time tomorrow becomes today, it's still not enough, is it? The list grows longer, the weight heavier. You move faster, but the goal keeps disappearing over the horizon. So let me ask you again, what would it feel like to stop? To let the horizon fade? To sink into this moment like it's the answer, not the effort, what waits for you in the calm beneath the chaos? Overthinking feels like solving problems, but the truth is, it's just noise, circular noise. What if things don't go as planned? What if I lose everything? What if I'm not good enough? These thoughts derail you, don't they? They pull you into imagined battles before the enemy has even arrived. They scatter you so thin, you can't feel what's actually real. But here's the irony. Overthinking doesn't create solutions. It creates separation from truth, from clarity, from yourself in the present moment. Think about it deeply. If your mind is constantly rushing forward, anticipating disaster, when do you find time to simply be? What happens to the mind that clings to control, endlessly replaying yesterday's mistakes and tomorrow's fears? Does peace ever come, or does every thought tie another knot in your chest? Overthinking isn't a strategy for clarity. It's an energy drain. The first liberation comes here, when you step back from your thoughts, not by fighting them, not by fixing them, but by noticing them. This is me overthinking, again, but I am not my thinking. My awareness is deeper than this static. Awareness dissolves the power of thought. Awareness is the doorway to now. How much weight are you carrying right now? Not physical weight, but the emotional load, the pain you've been holding for years. That heartbreak you never fully grieved. That mistake you can't forgive yourself for. That role you've been playing for everyone else. It's heavy, isn't it? Sometimes it feels easier to just bury the pain, to tuck it into those quiet places you never visit. But guess what? Emotions, unacknowledged, don't disappear. They fester beneath the surface, leaking into your thoughts, your habits, your relationships. Whether you admit it or not, the story weighs you down in every moment. It keeps love at bay. It hides joy from sight. You'll never find peace by outrunning your baggage. But you will find peace when you dare to stop and face it. So take a breath. Feel the ache not from a place of resistance, but of curiosity. Why does it linger? What does it want from you? Look into your pain the way you'd look into an old friend's eyes, not with judgment, but with gentleness. Pain softens when you listen to it. Pain transforms when you embrace it without fear. The weight will lift, not because you've erased it, but because you've finally made space to carry it kindly, not bitterly. When you stop suppressing your emotions, something remarkable happens. You meet the self underneath them. We can fix this. That's your ego speaking. The ego wants certainty. It wants clean, sharp edges. It wants answers right now, even if none exist. So it creates strategies, illusions, control. If I plan hard enough, I can make everything perfect. If I work faster, success will come quicker. If I play small, people won't criticize me. But the ego doesn't know a deeper truth. You were never meant to control everything. Because control doesn't bring peace. Control brings fear. It creates an exhausting grip that clings tighter and tighter to life's impermanence. It makes you tense, rigid, distracted. Life doesn't ask for control. Life asks for flow. You aren't here to fight the current. You're here to ride it, to trust that the tide carries you exactly where you need to be, even when the waters feel rough. Let the ego whisper if it wants to, but see through its voice. Control doesn't complete you. Connection does. And connection can only happen in the stillness of now. Be honest with yourself for a moment. Why are you afraid to stop? Stopping feels unfamiliar, doesn't it? It feels vulnerable. If the noise quiets, if the distractions fade, you might actually have to feel what's underneath. And maybe that terrifies you. The truth is, most of us resist presence because being here, truly here, means facing ourselves. All of ourselves. The cracks we ignore, the emotions we suppress, the stories we avoid. Disconnection is seductive because it promises safety. It tells you, if you keep moving, pushing, achieving, you'll never have to confront what's unresolved. But is that really true? Consider this. All the things you use to escape overworking, scrolling endlessly, fixing everyone else's problems but your own, what do they ultimately leave you with? Emptiness, exhaustion, the hollowness of a life divided between what you do and what you avoid. And yet, even in that exhaustion, time keeps nudging you back to now. Can you hear it? Right here beneath all the noise, stillness waits, patient and unmoving. Here's a small truth. You are not afraid of stillness itself. You are afraid of what it might reveal. But I promise you this. Whatever arises in the present moment, grief, fear, longing, chaos, it cannot break you because you are made to hold all of it. Presence is not the enemy. Presence is the bridge back to yourself. What would happen if, just for today, you let go? Let go of the need to micromanage every detail of your life. Let go of the story that says, I'll be happy when. Let go of believing your worth depends on how much you accomplish. Letting go is not about giving up. It's about giving yourself permission to breathe. Every time you let go of something you cannot control, you reclaim energy that is rightfully yours. Energy spent overthinking. Energy spent arguing with reality. Energy spent carrying futures that haven't even come to pass. Think of it as unclenching your fist after years of gripping. The pain doesn't vanish instantly, but with each moment your hand opens, the pressure releases. What might you discover if you carried life lightly? If instead of tightening your grip, you softened into now? Here's the truth. You were never meant to hold everything alone. Life is too vast, too unpredictable, too uncontrollable for one person to manage. And the beauty of that truth is this. You don't have to. Letting go doesn't guarantee certainty. It guarantees freedom. The present moment rarely announces itself with fanfare. It's quiet, subtle, easily missed. When was the last time you listened to clients? Not the silence that feels empty or awkward, but the rich, full silence that vibrates with tension and possibility. Can you hear the stillness between your breaths? The pause between thoughts? That's where life happens in the gaps. Silence feels unfamiliar because it doesn't demand, do more, fix more, be more. It whispers only one phrase, come home. Silence doesn't try to impress you, it merely invites you. It says, pause the scrolling. Leave the noise behind. Feel the weight of your own presence. In silence, you connect to something deeper than your ego or your external world. You connect to life itself, to the present moment, raw and unfiltered. This is where time stops, not because the clock halts, but because your mind stops dragging you forward or backward. In this stillness, the boundaries of time dissolve, and there is nothing but now. Let's be real. Stepping into the present moment isn't always peaceful at first. It can feel uncomfortable, even chaotic. Your mind rebels, insisting, this isn't right. I need to do something. I need to fix this. But what if you sat with that discomfort instead of running from it? What if, instead of trying to calm the storm, you allowed yourself to stand in the rain? This is the paradox of presence. The only way to find calm is to stop resisting chaos. Think of it this way. Your mind is like a snow globe, constantly shaken. Thoughts, fears, judgments, they swirl endlessly, never settling. Presence is not about pushing the snow down. It's about setting the globe down, letting stillness find you. In that stillness, the deeper part of you awakens, the part untouched by the storm, the part that is already whole. This part of you doesn't need to search. It simply watches. It recognizes that no matter how wild your emotions, no matter how intrusive your thoughts, you are always okay underneath. Presence invites you to see yourself not as broken, not as work in progress, but as complete, even with your imperfections. Here's the irony of life. The connection you crave outside of yourself begins within yourself. How often have you looked to others, friends, lovers, mentors to fill a void that only the present moment can fill? How many times have you blamed someone else for your disconnection, only to realize later that it was you who built the wall? Presence heals that wall. When you're fully here, mind, body, and heart, something remarkable happens. You stop needing to control others. You stop demanding validation, approval, or recognition. Why? Because the fullness you've been chasing outside of yourself is already alive, right here. In the present moment, you don't connect to others by forcing interactions or proving your worth. You connect simply by being. Your stillness becomes a bridge, inviting others into their own stillness. This is how relationships transform, not by pushing, not by fixing, but by showing up completely as yourself, present and aware. Presence is the greatest gift you can give yourself. For most of your life, you've been searching for something: peace, clarity, fulfillment, love. But what you didn't realize was that the thing you've been searching for was with you all along. This moment is your gift, and it's all you ever truly have. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads. To one side lies everything you've known: the noise, the chase, the endless striving. To the other side lies something unfamiliar, something quieter, something still. The noise tempts you. It promises clarity, solutions, a faster path forward. But the quiet draws you, whispering truths you've long forgotten. You don't need to fight so hard. You are already complete. Breathe and return home. This is the transformation waiting for you when you embrace the present moment. The mind softens. The weightless. Time no longer presses on you. What you lose in worry, you gain in awareness. What you release in fear, you reclaim in freedom. And as stillness unfolds, you find something extraordinary in its calm depths. You find you, the authentic you, untouched, whole. This transformation isn't dramatic. It doesn't erupt from the sky or crash into your world. It emerges slowly, softly, like sunrise warming the horizon. Can you feel it? That quiet shift? The simplicity of being here, now aware, alive, present? There is a self within you that the world cannot touch. Not the self defined by your achievements or your failures or the roles you play for others, but the self that exists beneath all labels, always whole, always steady, always enough. This authentic self is not lost to you. It's only buried under the weight of what you think you should be. When you surrender to the present moment, you meet this self, not as an idea, but as a living truth. You begin to see clearly. You were never broken. You were never incomplete. You were never separate from peace. Here's the greatest irony of all. Everything you've been searching for, freedom, clarity, wholeness, it's been here all along, waiting for you to stop running long enough to uncover it. In the stillness of now, you become who you truly are. Let's talk about empowerment, not the kind that demands external validation, but the empowerment that arises from trusting yourself completely. When you live in the present moment, fear loses its grip, doubt fades into the background, the constant need for approval dissolves. Why? Because awareness replaces struggle. This is the golden truth. You don't need to earn stillness. You don't need to prove your worthiness to feel peace. Every moment offers you the opportunity to pause, breathe, and return. Choose awareness, even when it's hard. Choose stillness, even in chaos. Choose to trust that who you are right now is enough, because it is. Empowerment begins here. Not in perfection, but in presence. Not in control, but in acceptance. The world may still pull at you, but when you commit to awareness, those pulls become lighter. You'll no longer feel the need to fight back, because you'll understand the truth of your power. Peace isn't found outside of you. It's created within you, moment by moment. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine this. Your mind is calm, like a still lake reflecting the sky. Your body feels light, gently anchored to the earth. Your heart hums with quiet gratitude for simply existing here and now. This is freedom. Not freedom from imperfection or hardship, but freedom from the constant battle within you. Freedom to move lightly through life, embracing whatever comes your way. Do you feel it? That possibility? That space? It doesn't matter where you've been, what mistakes you've made, or how long you've been searching. Freedom is always here right now, waiting for you to choose it. And now we return to where it all began, the present moment. The present is not simply a concept or a destination. It's your nature. It's where life truly lives, in the spaces between breaths, in the pauses between thoughts, in the quiet vibration of being. Every time you connect deeply to now, you come home, not to a new place, but to the place that's always been yours. Let this sink in deeply. You don't need to change. You don't need to reach. You don't need to search for approval or chase perfection. You only need to be here, now, present, awake, free. This is your home. And this moment belongs to you. You are not broken. You are not incomplete. Life doesn't need you to fix it. It simply needs you to feel it fully, deeply, in the stillness of now. So stop running. You cannot chase peace. It comes only when you stop chasing, stop fixing. The authentic self you long to be has always been here, waiting underneath the noise. Stop searching. What you've been searching for is already alive within you, breathing quietly in the present moment. Here, in this stillness, you are enough. And as you choose awareness moment by moment, you choose freedom, clarity, and peace. Let life unfold. Let silence speak. And above all, trust this eternal truth. The present moment is where time stops. It is your home. It is your freedom. And it is always here, calling you gently back to yourself. Be still and know. Every answer you've searched for lives quietly in the spaces of now. Comment below with, I choose presence. Let's commit to awareness together. Subscribe for more journeys like this, and share this video with someone who needs a gentle reminder they too belong fully in this moment.